What's up guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jeremy and today we're going to talk about the 5 active processes or strategies in order to make sure you recover perfectly when you're running every single day. I think the question I got asked the most during my challenge of running a 10 kilometer every single day for 100 days was to know how I would recover without having a rest day. And I know the channel is pretty small, so when I said a question I got the most, it means that I got probably 4 or 5 persons asking me that question. But nevertheless, I think it's a pretty good point to talk about, and I've definitely seen a lot of people wondering about these, and also a lot of people claiming that you cannot having a run streak because you need your rest days. So my point in this video is to kind of prove them wrong if I can, and give you 5 key strategies for you to implement in your day-to-day life if you want to keep running every single day. So without further ado, let's give a quick like to this video so that it gets pushed to more viewers and then more people start running every single day. The first strategy to apply in order to recover better is to choose well the parameters of your run streak. It is basically creating a plan that is designed for you to succeed. When you make this plan, you're gonna have to find the perfect balance between challenging and also something that you can handle. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the hard part. It's hard to find something that is challenging enough, but that you know already that you can handle. The reason this is the first strategy is because if there is a scale from the super challenging, and on this side there are the stuff that you cannot possibly do, and on the other side there are all the things that are so easy for you that they wouldn't make any sense for you to make them. Like it's not a challenge, it wouldn't make you progress. And you're gonna have to find a good balance in between those to make sure that it's challenging but you can handle it. And that is the best strategy, honestly. It's better than everything I'm gonna say after. If you choose well the parameters and the settings, so to say, if you organize well, if you plan well your run streak, that's the best way to ensure that your recovery is going to be at its optimal level. Because I do hear this a lot, like people saying, oh, but no, you need a rest day. Everybody needs a rest day. But actually the concept of rest day is very subjective. Unless on your rest days you are only laying in bed watching Netflix all day long without stepping a foot out of your bed, then you're still having some active rest days. That is why a rest day is never an absolute. It's always relative to what you've done the previous day. So when you choose the parameters of your run streak, for instance, for me, the parameter was a fixed distance. I wanted to run a 10K every single day. I didn't care about the time, and therefore I didn't care about the pace. If you look at my Strava for the 100 days, you will find sometime, I think at my best, I ran it in 47 minutes, the 10K. And at my worst, I was probably like an hour and 9 minutes. There is a massive amplitude between those two because my only parameter is what I wanted to run 10K every single day for 100 days. That was the challenge. And I picked something that was going to be tough for me because I could run a 10K, but I still feel some pain and soreness the next day because I knew I could recover and still be able to run after a 10K. I had already run a 10K and then run the next day. One thing that I have never done, for instance, is to run a marathon and then still run the next day. After every marathon that I've run, I'm always taking 2, 3, 4 days of complete resting where I do nothing else. So I knew that running a marathon every day would be too much for me. Like I couldn't possibly go on the next day. On the other side, if I had chosen to run 1 kilometer every single day, I knew it wouldn't have been challenging at all. That is exactly where you need to find this balance. Maybe you want a different kind of setting. Maybe you want a fixed time. Like you want to run 30 minutes every single day. You don't care about the pace, the distance. It's purely about the time you run. And that is fine. Maybe you want to run some like alternative run streak where you run 5K one day and only 1K the next day. That's fine too. And this is going to ensure that your recovery is optimal because you've chosen something that is already within your range of capabilities. It's challenging, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, and you're still going to have to apply the rest of the tips that I'm going to give you in this video right now. But at least you've set up with a challenge that you can actually finish. And you know it's going to be challenging, you know it's going to be hard, but at least you are within your range of capabilities, so you could make it happen. The second point is something that you can see quite a lot on YouTube. I've seen a lot of videos discussing this, and this is pretty obvious, but what you really need, and even more if you're running every single day, you really need a post-run routine. I know it seems basic, but you know what? Sometimes when it's basic, it's because it works. So I'll give you a quick example of what is my post-run routine, just in a few words, because this really deserves another video and I'm actually preparing a new one. So if you don't want to miss this new video that is coming out very soon, you can go into the description, click on the subscribe button, then click on the little bell next to it to make sure that you get notified every time I upload a new video, and therefore you won't miss it. But in a few words, my post-run is pretty basic. After every run, I walk for at least 5 minutes. This is giving the time to my body to keep the blood flowing and getting rid of the lactic acid that my muscles are full of after a run. After those 5 minutes walk, I usually arrive home. That's where my first step is to take a bottle of water and drink at least half a liter to a liter, depending on how much I've been sweating during this run. While I'm drinking, I always start on stretching a little bit. I don't make stretching too complicated. I know that there is a lot of very big flow routine of like 20 different positions, which are probably best for you. I'm not saying it's wrong, but for me, I want to keep it very simple, so I stretch only the main muscles. I don't go into extreme detail. I try to stay in like 15-30 seconds position every time I stretch something, but I want to keep the routine under 10 minutes. If not, it just gets so boring, and I'd rather save 1 hour in a week for an active stretching session than to make every post run complicated and following a list of stretch that I need to do for at least 30 seconds, etc. So I just go kind of how I feel, try to stretch overall my body and my legs while I'm drinking lots of fluids. I prefer only water, but if you want to include some electrolytes type of drink because you've been losing a lot of sodium, that's why your sweat tastes salty. That's because you've been losing some electrolytes. So if you want to include an electrolyte drink after you run, you can also do that. Just realizing as I am doing the montage of this video in this moment that I completely forgot to record point number 3 of this video. Yes, that's how well I prepare my videos. So with camera in my hands, let's go to the third point now, which is you gotta adapt your nutrition to your new running level. When you run every single day, you're giving your body less time to recover, and therefore you're gonna have to give your body better tools to recover. And this first, number 1 tool is going to be your nutrition. What you need to focus on is whole food, unprocessed, and high fibers. And you know what? This is not rocket science. You already knew that before. What I'm basically telling you to eat a lot more is vegetables, fruits, nuts. If you don't want to go to the macronutrient level, just keep focusing on food that is very low processed or not processed. You can make a salad pretty much of everything. You can cook in the oven or in a frying pan pretty much any vegetables you want. You can eat any fruit as a dessert. They will pretty much all bring you either proteins or carbohydrates that you need to replenish your body. That is honestly one of the best way to make sure you recover, is that you have a proper nutrition. And it doesn't have to be crazy complicated, as I said. Whole food, unprocessed, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and believe me, you'll be fine. Strategy number 4 is the idea that resting is an active process, not a passive one. What I'm saying here is that you're gonna have to seize the opportunity to rest. Now that you don't have a full day to rest the next day, you're gonna have to seize every opportunity to rest that you have during your 24 hours of recovery time. That means that if you can lay down for 15 minutes and maybe take a power nap, try to de-stress as much as possible. Breathing exercise, it could be just a 5-minute break at the office. Anything you can do to actively put you in a state of resting. Listening to an audiobook, a peaceful, quiet story while you are on public transport or running or cycling back from the office. You know how much I like audiobooks. By the way, I said it in the previous video about the English channel. I'm still listening to the audiobooks, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Super cool audiobooks and very good to listen while you're running. There's a link in the description if you're interested, and if you don't listen to audiobooks while running, honestly, give it a try, you won't be disappointed. But anyway, yes, you have to seize every opportunity to rest. That could be also a 15-minute break on the sofa watching TV, could turn into an active recovery, or maybe using a massage gun or massaging your legs, or even better, asking your partner to give you a massage. By the way, if you're watching this video and it was sent by someone else, I'm sorry to tell you that, but you actually owe this person a massage of at least 15 minutes. Come on, that's the rule. Someone shared it to you, you have to give this person a massage. 15 minutes, it's gonna help him or her recovering from the run. But if you found this video on your own, then it's a time to maybe share it to someone else who will owe you a massage later on. You choose. That's my gift to you. Number 5, you need to treat your sleep seriously. I know that sleeping is seen as a passive process. You lay down, you sleep, and you wake up a few hours later feeling more energized. If you look at studies, for instance, done in the US, it looks like 35% of people are running less than 7 hours, when we pretty much know that the average person needs at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. So if you are an average person, like I am personally, let's say that you need 8 hours of sleep. You're gonna have to be strict with yourself and make sure you really give the necessary amount of sleep that your body needs to recover. Therefore, if we make a basic timing, let's say that you need to wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m. We're gonna count for the 8 hours sleep that everybody needs, meaning that you should go to bed at least 11 p.m. That's pretty basic so far. But you're an extraordinary person. You want to run every single day. You're gonna have to do more than just what people need. You're gonna add 1 extra hour to that. You're not gonna go to bed at 11, you're gonna go to bed at 10. And because we all know that going to bed does not really mean that you're gonna sleep straight away, you're gonna add another half an hour to that. And you're gonna go to bed at 9:30. And I know it seems early, but believe me, if you're starting on running every single day, you're gonna need those extra hour or extra 30 minutes of sleep. And now, if you wanna be extra strict and you wanna make sure to give your body the best chance at recovering with your sleep, you're also gonna add another half an hour screen-free. No phone, laptop, TV, for half an hour before you go to bed. So if we go again with this sequence, 9 p.m., no screens. 9:30, you go to bed. 10, most likely you start sleeping. You have this hour extra compared to any average person who would go to bed at only 11 p.m. and then another 8 hours, which is recommended if you want to wake up at 7. This is something I was actually very pleased with the 100 days. I think I was satisfied with my sleep probably 95% of the time. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that if you go through my Strava and look at all the runs, I actually label them from like day 1 to day 100, so you can find them really easily. If you look at the worst performances, you will be able to tell which night I didn't sleep well or I didn't go to bed early enough. This is how important a good night of sleep is. By the way, if you are on Strava, don't forget to add me and, leave a kudos. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like so that YouTube knows that you enjoyed this video and is able to push it to more viewers. Also, don't forget to share these videos because now you know that with sharing it, you're gonna give yourself a massage and that always feels good. Plus all the habituals, go ahead, subscribe, notification bell, add me on Instagram. Now you know the drill, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna leave you naturally with the video of the challenge itself when I run 10K every single day for 100 days and where I try to apply those 5 strategies the best of my abilities. So have fun and until next time.